Good morning, guys. Good afternoon or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. It's another Monday, which actually started off pretty wet, but we've just arrived over in Essex and the rain seems to have stopped, but we're not going to take no chances today. We'll get a tent up in a second. This morning, it's all about another BMW. This time, it's a BMW M6 Grand Coupe, V8 twin turbo, around 600 brake horsepower. Have a look at this. Okay, so tent is set up. Fingers crossed it won't rain, but obviously we're not going to take no chances. British weather, you never know what's going to happen. This BMW M6 has minor rear bumper damage. Our client has recently purchased a vehicle within the last couple of weeks, and of course wants to make sure it's in pristine condition. To be fair, it's a low mileage example, this Grand Coupe, and it's just got a minor little scuff to the rear bumper, which we're going to sort today. This car is finished in Silverstone blue. I absolutely love the BMW M6. In my younger days, I used to have a lot of vehicles, but I had them on long-term hire. One vehicle that I used to have for a period of time was a BMW M6 convertible, finished in a really nice purpley blue colour with red leather seats. The car was an absolute animal. Have a look at the picture on the screen now, maybe even a video. So what we're going to do is we're going to dry the car off. Once we've dried the car off, we'll assess the damage in a little bit more detail. Then obviously we'll start the preparation. Before we do anything though, we're going to do a spray out of the colour. Why? I can't remember the last time I painted a BMW in Silverstone blue, so we're going to make sure that we've got the optimum colour match so that when we've completed the repair, it's a nice faultless one, like the So we was going to try and do that intro in one take, but as you can see, I completely mucked that up. But what I was saying was, we're going to show you, the reason we do the spray out is so that we get a faultless repair, just like all the other videos you've seen where the colour match is perfect. So let's get straight into the colour mixing and matching process. Let's go. Not a good start on a Monday morning. Fired up my compressor and realised that I'm losing a lot of pressure. Why? Got a split in the pipe. But not only are we king vehicle damage repair, we're king pipe repair today. So let's get the change. First things first, let's get the back end of the car dried off. BMW performance exhaust, original performance exhaust. Alright, this time around we're going to do things a little bit different. Usually we would sand and prep the bumper first, but what we're going to do is scotch it this time round. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, it's really down to preference. So we're going to scotch up the area, then we're going to paint, and then once that's done we shall start sanding the area affected. So it's going to be a little blowing under the light, blowing halfway through the bumper, and we are going to blow around the number plate. Our friend. Morning. And blow around the number plate. Oh, my finger. Just joking. That was last week. Anyway, we've completed the first stage of the masking process. What comes next? You should know by now. Plastic sheeting. So we'll get the sheeting pulled over. We're working around the wheel technician today, so might be in and out of shot. Our friends Essex Smart Repair, we're too busy to do wheels. So I thought I'd bring in these guys, the owners of Essex Smart Repair. If you're watching, Ben, we go back a little while, so who else would I call if I'm in the Essex area? So yeah, we're going to work around the wheel guys whilst we're doing the paint work. So let's get the car sheeted up. We'll get some primer on, and then we'll be into paint before we know it. Let's do it. That was close. A few of you have asked how we do a folded edge. Get your tape, if you're right-handed, you want your right hand over here, left on the tape. Fold the first couple of inches and you're going to pull straight down. You need to be on this part of your knee. If you pull over here, it's not going to work. You want to pull straight down. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And that is how we do it. If you are doing some repairs from home and you're new to the game, make sure you get yourself a few rolls of tape to practice with, because it's not as easy as it looks. It certainly took me maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 rolls before I actually learnt. When I was an apprentice, my paint teacher basically gave me a pack of 1-inch tape and said, go and learn, boy, on your lunch break. And it took me about a week and I was a master. Backmasking here, there, everywhere. Be a backmasking king. No wind, no fights with the plastic sheeting today. Nice and steady. Very different to last Monday today. No lorries, no 40-ton lorries from Italy trying to manoeuvre around a 100,000 pound car that's being repaired. Just nice, easy, almost tranquil. Now we have the car in primer. We just need to rub it down. Everything's nice and smooth and straight. No filler or anything like that in this job. So it's just going to be a light rub down. Why do we rub primer down? If we don't rub the primer down and we paint straight over it, then the paint won't have nothing to grip to. So what will happen is it will lift and flake off at some point. So that's why we always rub the primer down, and we need to get rid of these edges, because if we paint it straight over that, you just basically see the outline of where the primer was. That's why we always make sure we feather out the edges and run over the surface of the primer just to make sure that the paint does stick. And that should be pretty much it. So let's get that done, some final masking, and yeah, stay tuned.
You stare into my eyes and it makes you wonder, is she the one I'll take home? I stare right back at yours and it makes me wonder, why is he here all alone? I love going out to where the music's too loud and where the people surround me. Yeah, here's my best advice, just let me stay in this vibe and never think that you owe me. Yeah, you can talk to me, boy, and you can move it up close, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not your baby, I might be up for a dance, I might be holding your hand, but that is all I can stand. I'm not your baby, no, you're not gonna get what you came here for. I'm leaving as soon as you ask for.
So this is one of them silver colours that change dependent on your application. So when I covered the primer, I applied the colour quite heavy, so I stood back and it looked really dark. But I also done that on the spray out card. Another reason why you should do spray out cards. So when I laid down the first couple of coats, it was really dark. I then applied a drop coat. A drop coat is where turn up your pressure a little bit higher, bring the gun slightly further back, and then the paint atomizes more, and basically the metallic particles literally just sit on top of the panel as opposed to actually lying down wet on the panel. And essentially what that does is it makes the paint appear a little bit lighter. I'll show you an example. So you literally, I don't know, maybe on camera you might not even be able to see it go on, but it's almost like a fine mist that literally just sits on top of your previous layers. And as I say, that is called a drop coat, and what it does, it basically just helps blend in the colour that you've applied. And now everything is looking as it should. So what we'll do, get the clear coat mixed up. It's just started to rain. Good job I've got this up. You can never predict the English weather. And so yeah, I'll get the clear coat mixed. We'll put some sides up as well, and then we'll hit it. clear coat laid down, couldn't have gone any more perfect. Look at the job. Faultless. Rain is just starting to come down a little bit heavier now. And yeah, what else is there to say? Let's get the lamps on, get it baked, a little polish, and that'll be another one restored to perfection. So now you've seen the completed repair on this BMW M6 Grand Coupe, running around the 600 brake horsepower mark, and as I said to you, it's a V8 twin turbo, absolute rocket. You've also heard the sound of this car with the performance exhaust. Now the car's been restored to perfection once again. Guys, I'm Scott from King Vehicle Damage Repair. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram and all our other platforms. And we'll see you on the next one.